Hi, Trinh. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Isaiah?
Good. Thank you very much for being here. As you know, we're opening up enrollment into the association again soon, and we like to
Oh,
talk.
really?
Yeah, we like to talk to associates such as you who have transitioned into industry successfully. So again, thank you for being here, and maybe you could just start by telling us the position and company that you're with now.
My name is Trinh Nguyen. I'm currently a field application scientist with Perkin Elmer.
Very, very small company, right? No, obviously.
Actually, it's a big
I
corporation.
was going to say it's one of the biggest companies, yeah, in the world. Fantastic job getting hired there, and
Thank you.
I know that things have been happening very quickly for you. You're in a training, like you said, right now in Boston. So again,
Yeah.
congrats again. I want to rewind a little bit though, and I want to talk
Mm-hmm.
about some of the challenges that you had. Most people who are watching this are PhDs like you, and they've had challenges in their job search. And usually, there's
Right.
two types of challenges: technical challenges, like what to put on a
Mm-hmm.
resume or LinkedIn, but also the
Mm-hmm.
emotional challenges of just struggling to pivot right from academia to industry, dealing with rejections and job searches. What are some
Right.
of the challenges that you had in either of those areas?
Actually, I experienced both. So before joining the association, I applied online. I sent out like 100 applications, get countless of rejections. And through that process, I start doubting myself, like, am I not good enough for the industry, and kind of like, what am I doing wrong? Even though you know that you have all the technical skills. And that's what I think that's the biggest problem. I was so focused on those technical skills while applying for jobs and didn't realize that it required much more than that.
Yes.
So I even use professional resume
Oh, really?
services.
How'd that work out?
Yes, I
How'd that work out?
did. And gosh, that was a scam. So don't do that, people.
Yeah. It's such a small part of an overall job search, and I know, you were able
Mm-hmm.
to put all the pieces together for your job search after joining, and so maybe we can talk a little bit about that. You joined the association. In terms of the materials,
Uh-huh.
did you find them comprehensive? Was there anything that stuck out as very, very helpful? What was your kind of like your immediate reaction to getting access?
So as soon as I joined the association, I realized what I've been doing was wrong. Resume wise, networking, not getting job through referral, and it hit every single step of the way. Like you said, it's a process.
Mm,
It's not just get your resume right. It's also getting connected to the people in the industry, get to know the industry, and yeah, get hired through those connections. That's the key point.
mm.
So I was very surprised when I joined the association, and I found values like at day one,
Mm.
realizing that.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing is just first realizing, oh, it's more than a resume, and you kind of
Right,
went through that experience. What about
right.
the community, though, the private group? Did you find it very responsive or not very responsive, helpful? Did you find a lot of diverse opinions? Can you talk a little bit
Mm-hmm.
about how the community helped you?
I love the Facebook group because first of all, you get the emotional support from others who going through the same struggle as you are.
Mm,
And then you realize that you're not the only one that, going through this. So that was very helpful.
mm,
And as soon as I have any question, I can post the question and get response within minutes or hours. And all the responses was very helpful. So, it's a safe place to share either your emotions or any concern questions that you have. There's no such thing as dumb questions or nobody judged you or anything like that. So I feel like it's a safe place
mm,
for any support that you need to
mm.
get through this process. So I really appreciate that a lot.
Great. And my last question is, did you have any reservations before joining? As PhDs, we tend to be very cautious, and especially if you've been burned with a
Mm-hmm.
resume scam.
Right.
Were you concerned, and then if so, how were those concerns alleviated after you joined?
So I was very skeptical when I saw a lot of marketing emails from cheeky scientists, and the name itself sounds cheeky.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound professional like what we normally get used to. So I was very skeptical about it. But then when I watched your webinar right before the enrollment opened up, I saw you addresses a lot of pitfall and a lot of wrong things that I was doing. I realized, it might worth a shot because, I have no other options. And as soon as I joined the association, all of those skeptical thoughts just vanished. I was like, okay, yeah, I make the right choice.
No, and I appreciate you bringing that up. We have a lot of people mention, why do you send so many emails, so many messages? And it's funny because after every enrollment, we have hundreds of PhDs that say, I didn't get any of your emails. And we're like, we sent so many. And so it's just, you just never know. So for some people, it's way too many. For others, they completely miss it. And so we're always in. People have all kinds of different filters now on emails. So but it's an important thing to address, and I appreciate.
Right. I met a guy at the MSLA conference recently, and he's from France, and we was talking about his struggle applying for MSL jobs and such. And I told him about the association, and he's like, yeah, I got tons of email from them, but I was skeptical. I was like, yeah, I was at first, but you should check it out. It's a legit thing.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate that. And thank you very much for your time, Trinh. And we look forward to watching your continued career success. Thank you.
It's great talking to you, Isaiah.